What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Crypto Brew Show, where we are drinking brews and talking about it. It is October 23rd, almost Halloween. Hype, hype, Halloween, hype. I hope you're excited because clearly I am. And I don't know, maybe the guys are too. Oaks, you excited for a little Halloween?
Man, I am really excited for some Halloween. Although I can't ever find anything to fit me. I feel like I'm too tall for that. But I'm drinking some Oktoberfest from Yingling, best brewery in America.
Fancy. Jojo, how you doing?
Dude, Oaks, man, I feel your pain on that costume stuff. I think I'm just going to wear a towel this year and call myself a shepherd. But anyways, I'm super excited about Halloween as well. Some could say that it's shocking. And that's why I went with 9 Volt, a Dallas Power and Light triple from Pegasus City Brewery right here in the deep heart of Dallas. So kick back, have a glass, and enjoy it with us.
We may or may not be talking about that delicious beer a little later on in the show. But first, we're going to go ahead and head on over to our disclaimer.
The information provided on the show does not constitute investment advice, financial advice, trading advice, or any other sort of advice. Crypto Brew Show is for educational and entertainment purposes only. Conduct your own due diligence and consult your financial advisor before making any investment decisions.
Hashtag NAFAMU, not a financial advisor. My own opinions. You'll hear that plenty on the show. And of course, hashtag BYOB. We did you? And just for the record, I am drinking the Blue Moon Harvest Pumpkin from last week. It's beer of the week, and it is delicious. So that is that. Moving on over to the state of the market. We are sitting at a $209 billion market cap. Keep that in mind. That may or may not be our question of the week this week. And of course, we are at 10 billion 24-hour volume at BTC dominance of 53.53%. Sitting at the top, Bitcoin at 64.72. Down 1.73% in the 7-day. Ethereum at 204, down 2.64%. XRP Ripple right under 50 cents at 46 cents, down exactly 1% in the 7-day. Bitcoin Cash at number 4 at $441, down 3.43%. And rounding out the top 5, EOS at $5.40, down only 0.77%. So pretty stable throughout the week, if you will. So who knows? We going up? We going down? Only time will tell, but there are some going up and down. I'll tell you what. Jojo, gainers and losers, man, we got one gainer for show.
All right. Has anyone seen the movie 500 Days of Summer? Yeah. No? If not, go check it out. It's a really good movie.
It is.
But in there's this reference to Puma. And if you've seen that movie and you understand that reference, you understand why this one's rose to the top. Up 252.1% in the past 24 hours. That's Puma Pay. And then right below that, we got an old fan favorite. Brought to you by the Hanson Boys.
I was going to say, dude. That's all I think. Dude, I didn't even know you were going to do that. But I was like, it sounds like, just look at it and I'm like, mbop.
Exactly. That one's up 84.75% in the past 24 hours. And then right below that, we got Chainium starting a chain reaction up 52.63%. And then right below that, we've got our losers, E Plus Coin, down 52.34%. Olive, that one must have hit the ground, down 47.8%. And Heart Boot, down 41.97. That one must be from Canada because I don't know anything about that.
I like it. And clearly E plus coin should be E minus coin. And as far as the gainers over here, I saw CruiseBit at 44% on the 24-hour, and I swear I read Krusty Bit. I was like, what are these Krusty Bits going up 44? I want some Krusty Bits.
I guess you could say the Puma Pay went off to the races with those Puma shoes. You know what I mean?
Oh, I like it. And going over to the heat map, Bitcoin on the heat map is up 0.01%. Super exciting. Everything else, Again, right around the same. We're fluctuating right in between 200 billion to about 220 billion market cap total last week. So we're trending sideways. We'll see if a big move is coming. But over to market news headliners. Our first headline is from Forklog. Holy moly! First of all, I think this is our first time we've had a new news outlet we've actually had a news article from. But pretty exciting. We got another one. Forklog, Bakkt Bitcoin futures launch date revealed. In the past we talked about Bakkt and how they were going to come out with a crypto trading platform owned and operated by ICE. It's pretty interesting. They finally revealed the date. So, Joe, what are your thoughts on them saying, hey, we're here, we're ready, we're going?
Well, all I have to say is this is some really promising news, and I hope Forklog doesn't fork us, if you know what I'm saying. But anyways, Bakkt is back at it again in the news, and this is really good. So I'm super excited that this is actually coming through and fruition for us. And they're introducing that Bitcoin futures market, which is going to be huge. And we know what happened in 2017 at the introduction of the Bitcoin futures market. So, fingers crossed, knock on wood, only time will tell. But this is some good news for us. Oaks, hey, you've been out of it for a while, man. What do you think about this? How do you feel about that news?
I feel pretty great about it. Coming back in, getting institutional participation through Microsoft, Starbucks, all these big name companies. The only thing that kind of got to hold myself back on is, you remember, I know we went over an article way back and a company said that they were working with Starbucks, and then come to find out Starbucks was like, no, we're not. We didn't partner with them at all. So I just hope that they really are into it. And, will it succeed? I hope it does. I think we all hope it does. We're looking for a good bounce up eventually.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, it's just good for the space. It's big names in this article, and it's nice to see them coming through. I don't know if anyone was expecting them to come through so soon before the end of the year, but it certainly may pose a nice boost to the crypto market. #NAFAMU. But hey, any medium of exchange for big institutional bodies to come in and say, hey, we want to buy some crypto legally, and not that buying crypto is illegal, but you know what I'm saying.
I was about to say, for you to be able to I don't know anything about investing. I don't want to go through something that's so volatile as crypto, and I don't know anything about it, but I know my dad puts stuff in stocks. Well, then you have your option there where your dad can say, hey, go to this company, and they'll do it. And he's, there's futures in here. What is this all about? I think that's perfect for just being able to you don't know anything about it, and yet you can ask a financial advisor or anyone like that.
Yeah. And actually with you saying that, I think one of the biggest things there is, now that they're doing this, it's going to make it so more investors and investment managers for portfolios, for big portfolios and investment funds, they have to get involved. They have to learn about crypto. They have to research. They have to do everything. And it's going to be easier for those people that don't care, don't necessarily want to get involved, but they say, hey, I just want to invest in crypto. I don't necessarily care about what it is or why it's doing what it's doing. I just know it's going to be big, so I want to be involved. And then you got all these people that know that it's going to be big.
You know why they have to get involved? It's because, I don't know if you could see my hat, but crypto is going to be around forever.
Jojo, real quick, go ahead.
So my last thought on this is, I believe December 12th, 2012 was the day of the Mayan calendar ended. And everyone is worried about it. Let's hope that December 12th brings prosperity and it's not just a dud.
No, man, it's the beginning. It is just the beginning.
Just the beginning.
It's the end of the bear market. You know what I'm saying? #NAFAMU. Anyway, moving on. We are going over to our next article from Forbes. China's Bitcoin dominance is worrying Trump's White House and pushing it toward Ripple? By the way, for all you listeners out there, there's not a question mark after Ripple. That was just me saying I'm confused about why they're pushing toward Ripple. But is Trump scared? Is Ripple the answer? What is this, fight back and forth? Is there a fight? What are we looking at here, Oaks?
So, to me, I'm posing a question to both of you. Yes, okay, the Chinese mining pool controlling more than 70% of the mining. So everything's being done in China, essentially. Why does that matter? It's not like the Chinese government owns the mining pool. And I guess at the end of the day, if they wanted to, they could shut it down. And then Bitcoin would come to a screeching halt. Oh, wait, it already is. At the end, I just don't see why them owning 70% of the mining pool is really that big of a deal to America. And two, of course, Trump is going to XRP. It's a corporate cryptocurrency. Like, that's what I like to call it. It's easy. You don't have to do much research to understand what they're trying to do. And I don't think they're a legitimate cryptocurrency. Obviously they are, but I just don't believe in them.
I think Trump owns the other 60% of Ripple.
I don't understand why they think investing in Ripple is going to take away from Bitcoin's strength. Like, what? Ripple and Bitcoin are not the same. They're not even close to being the same thing. So, with that being said, Jojo, what are your thoughts?
Well, my major thoughts are China already owns the world. So why why is that even an issue?
Because Trump always has to do when it comes to China. He has to just say that they're the best. But
just like that, China.
Yeah, China. That's how he says it, man. China and huge. But seriously though, with them, yes, maybe they do control 70%. Is that a factor to be scared of?
If they take that 70% and point it elsewhere to a different crypto, like Bitcoin Cash or something, if you will, it might pose a problem as far as the transaction rate of, it would slow down. I don't know if it would crush Bitcoin in that sense. It would certainly throw some red flags out there, but it would not shut down Bitcoin by any means. So I go back to the Ripple thing. Ripple owns how much of their coin? It's not decentralized at all. There's no reason. It's not a real cryptocurrency. XRP, sorry, not Ripple. XRP, the actual cryptocurrency, is not even that.
Yeah, and it's going back to your point. What is owning? Okay, so China, they have 70% of the transaction processing power. So we're just going to scoop up a bunch of XRP, and now we own 40%, and Ripple owns 60%, and take that, China. It's like China's like, okay,
yeah, take that, China. We own Ripple. Congratulations, USA. Congratulations. All right. Anyway, that's that article. Good luck, Trump. Moving on. Oh, we're moving too fast here. Coinbase Custody becomes a qualified custodian for XRP, BTC, LTC, BCH, ETH, and ETC. That's pretty big news. That one comes from Crypto Globe. They finally got a New York State banking license to be a qualified custodian. What are your initial thoughts on this article, Joseph?
I think this one's actually pretty good. So the major thing about this, and that's really cool, is the New York state banking law that's really pulling this one through. Actually, has created a situation where they could position themselves, in essence, kind of like a Fidelity or Edward Jones or something of the sort like that, so they can actually really control and hold these commodities to really distribute them. And I think that in itself is really awesome. because it's just making it more mainstream. The fact that Coinbase is really pulling through now means, kind of like what we've been hinting at from prior articles that we've read and distributed here on the show. Coinbase, political action community. Coinbase does this. Coinbase becomes a qualified custodian. Coinbase is going to be a major player here very soon. And a lot of people don't realize it yet. So this is some pretty huge news, and I'm pretty excited about it.
And just to real quickly add to your statement there, as far as them becoming a big player, they already are a big player in the crypto space, but I think you mean they're going to be a big player in the grander scheme of things as far as the financial sphere goes. But with that being said, Oaks, what are your thoughts on this article?
So first, just to defeat my own ignorance on whenever it comes to being a qualified custodian, is that essentially saying that you have the ability to take my funds and invest it for me, kind of like a bank does in a savings account, or like just they through the state and the government now that they see them as owning the XRP, the BT, everything that they have, and are allowed to distribute it. I just maybe I just don't understand completely. I think it's huge news, because if you have to go through a state and they permit it, it's obviously something that's going to allow for mainstream use, and again, more people to go in and have the ability to do it.
Go ahead, Joe.
So basically what Coinbase is doing is they're actually holding the coins and such for you within cold storage, and that's what's like creating the base, right? So those major companies that I listed a second ago, like Fidelity, Edward Jones, and stuff like that, they own a majority of that in their reserves, along with the banking institutions. So they can create kind of financial stability for you to pull out if you want to, right? So that's kind of what's happening here. I think that's the major thing.
So kind of in layman's terms, are you saying like they're essentially going to, not saying they're going to do this, but allow them, like, so basically their wallet is like a bank vault. Like it's going to be there. There's nothing anyone on the outside can do. And essentially get to the point to where it can be insured by the federal government.
I don't think we can ever, I don't know. We're like super theoretical at this point and like way out there. But yeah, it could potentially become insured by the government. But yeah, lo and behold though, major thing about the FDIC, that is insurance backed by the Federal Reserve Bank. So I don't know how much stake we want to put on insurance on money as far as capital and fiat. But yes, that's exactly what it is. So they're acting as a bank and holding your value.
Yep.
So it's kind of like that stepping stone to get there. Essentially, it's just another giant leap. Go ahead, Charlie. Sorry.
No, you're fine. But no, you guys are absolutely right. It's big. I know that this is a huge thing for investors, for hedge funds and stuff. They don't necessarily want to have any part of having to figure out how to buy, sell, whatever. I don't want to hold my coins. I don't want to be responsible for holding my coins. What happens is Coinbase Custody now will make it so that, hey, we'll buy your coins, we'll hold your coins, and whether or not Coinbase insures your coins is a whole different story. I assume there's some kind of insurance. Again, #NAFAMU. But there has to be some kind of something to say, hey, you guys are secure with us. Obviously it says here that they have segregated cold storage wallets and all of that. They're going above and beyond the security that goes in with holding coins. And they're just making it easier for big money investors to come in and say, here's my money, buy me some coins and hold them for me. And that's essentially what this article is about. One quick note about this, and I feel like this is kind of a note that may go overlooked in this article. It says that even though Coinbase Custody currently does not offer support for XRP, which means that it's highly likely that Coinbase Custody is planning to offer support for XRP in the near medium future. Wait, it says in the headline it does for XRP. I don't know. They're talking about XRP in Coinbase.
Go for it, man. You know you want to do it.
News.
I thought it was going to be huge.
I mean, that's huge for the cryptocurrency space, but again, it's a corporate cryptocurrency. It's not real.
Let's be honest here, though. I mean, regardless of it being a real cryptocurrency, I think Coinbase is going to go where the money's at, and if the volume is there for XRP, they'd be dumb not to list it, regardless of the implications as far as whether all the FUD and crap behind XRP.
Take your personal ideas out of it. XRP is a top 10 coin.
Yeah.
It's a top 3 coin.
Yeah.
You have to.
So keep that in mind, viewers. Hashtag NAFAMU. Next article here, we got one from CoinGeek. AirSwap crypto trading platform to tokenize New York real estate. I know we may have touched on this a few times in the past about tokenizing assets, tokenizing real estate, but apparently AirSwap is going to do that in New York for realsies. So, pretty interesting article here. Jojo, what's your take on this article?
So, the massive tokenization movement, we've actually had some pretty awesome people on the show. The Swarm Fund, they actually came on. Sam Stone, he told us about tokenization of securities, right? And really understanding how that works. Well, this is the breakout into another space, which, not to say, Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac, lo and behold, the problems of 2008 and 2009 with the housing bubble crisis, but that's in essence what they're going to do. They're going to take those items, they're going to establish a cryptocurrency to them, and then establish them as a commodity that can be exchanged like on the exchanges. So AirSwap for crypto trading, the major thing that is going to be a underlying factor that's going to help this be promoted more so is quick and almost absent of fees, which right now, if you exchange real estate commodities right now, there's like brokers involved. You have to do this, you have to do that. But if you can tokenize it, sell the tokens, and then somebody buys the tokens and then they get the actual security itself or the real estate, it's all good. And that's what this is trying to do. So just another real world application, and pretty excited to see it in use here.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's definitely a good sign moving forward. If you could cut out those middlemen. Actually, with that being said, and what you said, it'll be interesting to see how those middlemen adapt, I guess. I mean, people are going to still find a way to make their money, but they may find a different way rather than their normal ways if this can get adopted.
Trump's major business is real estate, so let's see how he adapts with XRP.
Oaks, what do you got?
Okay, so I don't mean to kind of turn this into something else, but this is I read an article today, and sorry, Crypto Brew Show, I didn't post it, but so
you better be sorry, Oaks.
Funny you going
okay.
off what Joe said about 08 and 09, the financial crisis of the housing market. So the Federal Reserve Bank of New York says there's a mere 14.5% chance of a recession occurring, but JP Morgan has come out and said there's a 60% chance by 2020 that a recession occurs, and mostly due to how the housing market is going at its pace right now, kind of just like it was back in 08. So their question poses is cryptocurrency an alternative to put your money into? And I think this tokenizing the housing market, I think, is a perfect opportunity.
Best of both worlds.
Yeah, it's kind of best of both worlds. You're not in fiat and you're not feeling that huge crash, but at the same time, you're still in it, because just like the ebbs and flows of everything in life, marketing, the housing market went down in 08 and 09, and now it's at its peak again. And so how much validity there is to JP Morgan's, claim, I think this is a perfect idea of, mixing, the housing market and crypto to where it's, another alternative by still staying in the housing market.
Yep. Absolutely. Jojo, you got something
You're
to say?
holding out on us, Oaks. I see. I see how it is, man. But
Sorry,
no,
guys.
no, you're good, man. Dude, it's all good. I think that's an awesome point, and that's a major thing to take away from this. I mean, regardless of what happened in 2008, 2009, unless you're part of the Enron scandals and stuff like that in the past, where your pension was actually held out in a company, if you hold on to the assets, you're not losing value. And I think that's the cool thing about the cryptocurrency aspect, because, take, what is it, Bank of America building here in Dallas, right? Mm-hmm. Say somebody sells that and an owner takes it, but they used reserve money from people that actually bought the building through tokenization, right? So say 50 or 60 people own the Bank of America building. Well, that's 50 to 60% share difference than you owning it directly, right? So Trump, he would buy the building directly, where now you have 50 to 60 people in there taking the fall for if the market goes down. So you're not losing as much as you would have. And I think that is the major thing to take away from this. And just hodl.
It's a very good point. You don't lose your value until you sell for under.
Absolutely. I like all those. Yes, hashtag Nafamu. I like all those points and discussions there. Let's go ahead and move on to our next article here. And the last one today is BitcoinNews.com says, VanEck, we have resolved Bitcoin ETF concerns with the SEC. Now, we've had plenty of talk about the Bitcoin ETFs here in the last couple of months. We've had a few talks on the show, plenty of headlines going out. What are your thoughts, Joseph, on this VanEck saying that they got it covered? Do we believe them, or are they just blowing smoke?
All right, so this is what I think is happening. For the viewers or the listeners out there on the podcast, I'm demonstrating two different things on my right and left shoulder, one being an angel and one being a devil, right? So you've got the community out here saying, let's do this, let's do this, let's do this. And then you've got the devil over here, which is the financial institution saying, don't do this, don't do this. But I think what's actually happening is the devil's in here whispering in their ear, hey, I think this actually may be a good idea because it could work. We could make a lot of money off of this. Hashtag not for me. But, said the devil. But anyway, so I think that's exactly what's happening. And it's about time that an ETF actually came around, and the SEC seems to be on board with it based upon this article. So we'll see ETF backed futures the end of 2018, like the end of 2017. Hashtag Nafamu.
I like your enthusiasm there, Joseph. Oaks, I'm going to go to you, and I'm going to also say, sorry, the entire time I was reading that article, I had it on your face, so our viewers got a fantastic view of your face while I was explaining the article the whole time. So you're welcome, viewers. Fantastic, Oaks.
Oh, man, they got to see me get up and get a beer because I ran out. Anyways, I'm going to play two sides of this, all right? I'm going to play the Oaks that keeps reading these ETF articles and like getting excited and getting excited. I'm done. All right, I'm fucking done. I don't care. All right, just pass it or don't. Don't say you have it, and then 2 weeks from now you don't have it, or the Winklevoss twins are gonna save us all. Like, I'm done. Just pass it or don't. All right. The other side of me, SEC. Maybe it is. Maybe it is the little devil saying, "Hey, man, this is gonna work." And you know why it's gonna work? Look, ICE is over here. They're about to start the futures in this. Like, what are we waiting for? And then everyone at the end of the day has money to be made. And I think finally the SEC is like, I think we could let's go ahead and do this. And so hopefully it passes. But I'm pretty much like 75-25, 75 being on this right-hand side. That's just like, just do it, man. Just deny it already so I can see the article that says ETF denied yet again by the SEC.
Now, I mean, your speculation is certainly warranted. So we'll see what happens. Either way, it's exciting for the people that have been in for a while. But as you stated, our worries and our concerns are still there. So I guess it just goes with we'll see what the hell happens. Alrighty, that is our news. We'll head over to our beer of the week. Heyo, Jojo sneaked this one in the beginning. Our, I'm not even gonna say nothing. Jojo, what's the beer of the week?
Pennywell's, drinking 9 volt here, DP&L triple. For those of you that don't know DP&L, let me tell you about them. That's Dallas Power and Lights.
That is not what I thought it was.
Exactly.
Yeah, I was
That's what I thought.
on that one. I'm not going to lie to you.
Exactly.
Hashtag
But anyways,
family show.
But anyway, so Pegasus City Brewery here in the heart of Dallas, pretty awesome. For those of you that don't know anything about Dallas, Pegasus was this massive icon that was on top of one of the buildings here in Dallas for a long time, and actually got moved to a historic art district area. And what they did is they based this brewery off of that type of concept. And that's why this is called the Dallas and Power and Light Triple, D, P, and L. That's, counts out to 3 things. Triple, it's actually really good. I actually am pretty happy about this beer. It's really good. So the major things is it's a subtle fruity aroma precedent. A hint of spice in our creamy hazel Belgian triple, named after the iconic Art Deco Dallas Power and Light buildings. It's neither too bitter nor too sweet, balancing its high voltage alcohol by volume with a dry, clean finish. But anyhow, 9 volt is actually a really good beer. They just recently started bottling this. And I found it at Total Wine and More. So that's a plug for you, Total Wine and More. If you want to sponsor a show, I drink alcohol.
Total Wine and More.
Right.
You're the real MVP. All right.
Exactly.
Question for you, Joseph. Would you buy it again?
Actually, yeah. I bought it sheerly. For those of you guys that are listening, you can't see the bottle, but it's solid black with a 9, and then the edge of the 9 is actually a voltage symbol, like a lightning bolt. So I bought the bottle because it looked really cool, and then I read the back and saw that it was from Dallas, and I'm like, all right, well, this is a local beer. This bottle looks cool. I should drink this. And then after having drank some of it, I actually do really like it. So I plan to try to get out there to that brewery soon and see what it's all about.
Boom.
So, yeah, definitely.
I can hear it now. Crypto Brew Show live from Pegasus City Brewing. You hearing that, Pegasus City? Just saying. All right, thank you, Joseph. Fantastic. And actually, I might go pick one of those up. You know what I'm saying? All right.
I'm not going to lie to you, Joe. I seen that bottle, and I just didn't pick it up, unfortunately. Pegasus City, I owe you an apology.
Question of the week, or question of last week, excluding USDT Tether, which stablecoin will have the highest market cap? And actually, we ended up changing that to the highest uptick in volume, going to all the stablecoin hype. I said PAX, Roan said USDC, and Jojo said TUSD, and none of us won. It was actually GUSD, the Gemini stablecoin that got
The Winklevoss trends.
the Winklevies were the top volume gainers in that department. But second place was PAX. Heyo. I feel as if though this is a hollow victory, but I will take it nonetheless because it is a beer, and I will drink the beers.
All the beers.
Joe, I think you're saying something, but you're muted.
But regardless of that, Charlie, PAX was a huge market cap victory this week. And so if we base it off of just the actual question that we posed, you definitely won that one. 116% gain week over week in market cap. That is huge.
And down goes Tether.
Exactly. This is awesome. So it's stealing share from Tether. It clearly stole some share from True USD. And we'll see, man. Gemini, Pax, True USD. I think they're gonna. One of those is gonna make the top 10 and beat out Tether. I would say in 6 months.
Hot take. A hot take. You hear it here first. Hashtag NAFMU. But it'll be interesting. It'll be very clear which stablecoin via volume has the most, I guess, people feel the most secure trading. So again, lots of stablecoin action. We'll see which ones come on top, but yeah, we got some good contenders. I mean, honestly, anything is better than Tether. Let's be honest. All right, this question of this week: will total market cap go below 200 billion? With all this hype going on, do we think the market cap is going to dip below 200? Or are we going to stay above? Oaks, what do you think?
Man, I'm on the edge, but I'm going to go ahead and just whip it out. And yes.
Whoa, family show.
Hey, whipping out the answer, all right?
Those of the viewers that are listening and you couldn't see it, Oaks
definitely did not do it. He didn't do it.
He presented his own tree.
I think it's going to go below, and where I think it's going to go is just barely 199 billion.
Just the tip.
So
just the tip, man.
Ain't happening, man.
Barely happened.
Jojo, what you got?
I don't think it's going to happen. We've had this time and time again, and over the last 7 weeks, I mean, not last 7 weeks, but the last 7 days, we've tapped 207. So I think we're going to go up. Right now, I think at the beginning of the show we were at 210. I think we're probably going to go up about to probably 212. I'm going to call it 212 billion. We'll see how that goes.
Okay, so to make it not a yes or no question, if it's going to go, what's the lowest you think it will hit before it goes up to your 210, 212?
I don't think it's going to go back down to 207. I think it's probably going to be like 209.
All right, fair enough. And I will say I don't think we go below 200 this week. Hashtag NAFMU. I do think we will dip below it. So, but not this week. And that is where the question lies. So I will say we hit 203, but not go below. And that is my.
He knows something. I know something we don't know.
I don't know shit.
Next.
He must have been backed by Bakkt. Actually, we have no sponsors.
Hashtag no sponsor.
No
Hashtag
sponsors.
any sponsor want to sponsor can sponsor. End hashtag. Let us know your answer in the comments down below and whether you think the total market cap will go below 200 and what you think it will hit if it does or doesn't. And the last thing we got for you guys, we will be at World CryptoCon in Las Vegas at the Aria Hotel and Casino, October 31st through November 2nd. The 3 of the Crypto Brew crew will be there passing out koozies and stickers and all the things. So come and say hi. We'll be wearing Crypto Brew Show t-shirts. Hey, stop by, say hi, grab a koozie, keep your beer cold. Jojo, I see you holding something over there. What you got?
Yeah, this was my actual invitation here. Really, really swanky. Really cool looking here, and presents this box with almost nothing in it. But it actually has magnets. It's a massive box. I got something in the mail. It made me feel really important. So I'm really happy that I'm going to the World CryptoCon. I can't wait. But seriously, I can't wait.
Hey, I mean, you have you got a cool lanyard and stuff. So there's that. There's that. But anyway, World CryptoCon Las Vegas. If you'll be there, we will. So come and say hi. And let's learn a little bit more about crypto, and let's get excited because there's exciting stuff happening. And JoJo, we'll actually on the screen here. I'm sorry if you're listening, but we got JoJo showing off his invitation, and of course his fantastic lanyard. If there's any pertinent information on that lanyard, don't steal it. Okay. All right. Great. Crypto Brew Show. This is that's what you've been watching. We appreciate you guys watching. All 10 of you. We appreciate that. And if anybody else wants to watch, we'd love it. JoJo, any last minute thoughts on the Crypto Brew Show?
All right. So the major thing is who cares about Ripple? Because it's a rip. Let's stay charged about this market. All right, guys. Let's stay charged. Drink a little bit of 9-volt. See what happens. Stay bold and keep them cold, guys.
See what you did there, and I like it. Roan. Oh my gosh. Oaks. What? Any last minute thoughts?
Oh man, I just gotta say, unfortunately, the Brew crew did not make it to the World Series. We could have had so many puns there. Sorry, Milwaukee.
No.
But
I was jonesing for that.
Crypto Brew Show is always here every week. Later, guys.
Absolutely. Well, guys, you have been watching the Crypto Brew Show. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe below for more show. We will see you next week at the World Con.
World Crypto Con. There
World
it is.
Crypto Con.
All the cons.
Here we go.
We'll be hanging out next to the biohazard symbols.